All right, so I'm Johnny. Welcome to Comics Altruism. Hey, Metarog. Good to see ya. I fixed a few things. I decided not to use my special camera that I normally have with the iPad and everything because I think that's what was causing the delay last time. But anyway, I chose to start a couple minutes early because I wanted to announce that the Thorough Kuburo auction that he had for the Brain and Research Foundation, or Brain and Behavioral Research Foundation, they earned $1,228 because I was mistaken. It wasn't just whatever the awesome book was. Hey, Discovery Bay. Good to see you. Anyway, it was the entire auction, so $1,228, which is amazing. Also, Jaguar Ziacoatl, he ended up, well, it wasn't just him, but he contributed to raising 6,200 something dollars. It's kind of crazy for that. You missed the Jaguar thing? Yeah. He was having, it wasn't a contest, it was a friend of his committed suicide. And so the family of this friend, they were desperate for funds for funeral expenses, mortgage, all that kind of stuff. So he just, hey, Farley, what's up? Yeah, he just helped them raise a whole bunch of money, like over 6 grand. So fantastic, Jaguar. So we'll get this up and running. So what I've got here is the contest for my Road to 100 subscribers contest. And all you had to do was nominate a charity for me to draw in our monthly Charity of the Month draw. And all the earnings, or all the proceeds for my sales, are going to go to whatever the charity is. All right, so I've added Uncanny X-Men. That's not actually Phoenix, as you might know. I think that's Kitty Pryde or something. It's been a long time since I read it, but I added that to the prize lot. This is because the movie's coming out, I think, next month, early June. And then Phoenix Resurrection, the Art Germ cover there. And then there's the original prize, this 8 issue in the box with the DC Universe logos down beneath. So, no further ado, I'm going to switch the camera over to that drawing pool. Just give me a second here. Where did we go? Alright, so I'm going to do that whole rolling the dice thing just to see how many times I'm supposed to roll. Once. Perfect. Alright. So here's the list of everybody who put in. I made it so that if you made a video, you would get 2 entries. So we had 4-way flashers coming sort of last minute with CIBC Run for the Cure. We have Pocan Joe, American Legion. Comics Jabroni nominated Wounded Warrior Project. Mr. Miracle Comics with Calgary Wildlife Rehabilitation Society, fellow Canadian there. Thorough Kuboro didn't actually nominate Brain and Behavior Research Foundation, but they could always use more money. So I've thrown him in there, or I've thrown that in as his charity. We got Joshua Routley with the London Humane Society. We got R. Wheatley 0206 with St. Jude Children's Hospital, which is an awesome coincidence. Thorough Kuboro next month, I believe, or maybe 2 months from now, is having one of those auctions like he just did, and it's for St. Jude's. We got the Comic Collector with Hand of Hope, Pages, Films, and Plastics with All Animal Rescue Limited. Ruben Nieves with South Florida Multiple Sclerosis Charity. We got Metarog, who's in the house with Little Pink Houses of Hope. Farley's Nerd Cave, who is also in the house with Gary Sinise Foundation. Take the Time Collectibles gave me the option, so I chose Project Pinball. We got Barbara W. with Angel Hair for Kids. We got Kate W. with Gift of Baby Elena. We got Alyssa C. with Happily Ever After Farm Sanctuary. And Mark W. with The Inn, which is Oxford County's homeless shelter. Now, some of these people have chosen to forego the prize, and they just wanted me to roll it back into my sales. But I've chosen instead to just continue rolling if I happen to pick Pocan Joe, Kate W., Barb W., Alyssa C., or Mark W. Because they just, I figure it's better to have a guaranteed sale, so I've chosen to buy it from myself and send it to whoever ends up winning, if that makes sense. All right, we got 4-way flashers on comics with the CIBC Run for Cure. Now that's just for the prize. One of the things I failed to mention just now was that because of those dual entries, I felt that it would be unfair for me to roll them simultaneously, so whoever wins the prize also is the Charity of the Month. because every charity should have an equal chance, in my opinion. So we got Four Way Flashers is getting that prize. I will get a hold of you about your shipping information and all that. And after all my calculations, that comes out to a $30 donation on your behalf to Charity of the Month this month, which is Detroit Dog Rescue. So thank you for that. And now we'll head back into this with the next list, where now we've got everybody is singular here. So this will be June's Charity of the Month. And I'm just going to roll that once again. And we got Angel Hair for Kids. This is a good cause. It's what they do is they make wigs for kids who are going through chemo. So that's pretty wicked. And it kind of goes in play with the whole Little Pink Houses of Hope, and who else did we have there with cancer stuff? Project Pinball. So there's our June's Charity of the Month. It's going to be Angel Hair for Kids. And I'm also here. I'm trying not to keep you waiting and everything. Plus, I feel really rushed when I go live, and it turns out I'm not any more comfortable than I was last time, even though it's going way better. Wait, we lost... just a sec. Just trying to keep up on the chat here. All right, hello Comic Collector, thanks for coming. And Just a Rican, thanks for coming. Let's see here. Sorry, give me one more second. All right. So I've got a couple prizes. The first one was from Mr. Comics 89, and I just received this yesterday, so it's really perfect timing. He mentioned that there was a poster in here, so I'm going to try to gently open it for you. Let's see what's inside. Holy cow. All right, where am I going to put this, buddy? No, I'm actually going to put it right back there, because that's getting kind of tired and old, if you ask me. Which is why I've got all these pictures behind the pictures in the frame. Kind of give you something different every once in a while. All right, so thanks for that, Mr. Comics 89. I'll put that up in a couple days after I've pressed it flat and everything. And the prize that I won from him, again, I've taken the liberty of kind of pre-opening some of the stuff so that it doesn't take me an eternity to get it out while you're waiting. But while I'm opening this stuff, I've decided to pivot a little bit with my sales technique. So instead of just going exclusively with eBid, because we haven't seen a lot of action there, I've sold $25 worth of merchandise, which after I took back my initial investment amounted to, just rounded up slightly to $20. So, I mean, that's something, plus that prize that I just paid myself for to give to Four Way Flashers. Anyway, that comes out to $50 total. And for first month, that's pretty decent, I would say. I don't know how you people feel about that. Yeah, Thanos, right? All right, so he gave me, I'll start with the lesser of the two. No offense, but Batman 470. It's kind of neat. I'm going to set the price at that for $2. Now, here's where I'm pivoting. When I put a video up showing off the next week's stuff that's going to be listed in the eBid store, because it hasn't been getting a lot of traffic, if you want to comment below, most of you are watching this in replay, so comment below and just say claim. So from now on, I'm going to start talking about the grades and the prices that I'm asking for each of these items. Hit the like button. All right, so yeah, I'm going to set the price for that one because it looks to be in about a 9.4 at $2. And you can just say claim or whatever. Or if somebody on Instagram, for instance, because I'm going to start listing stuff on Instagram too, if they claim it in Instagram, I'll put a comment in the video. So then it's kind of like you guys get the first pick, so to speak, and then it goes to the public with eBid after that. All right, and then this is the big one. Iron Man 219. That's the first appearance of Ghost. And I'm not seeing any major flaws, which brings me to another thing. If I discover after I've opened stuff that maybe there's a flaw that I didn't see at first, I'm obviously not going to ask you for the full amount. So I would say I'm going to set that at $15 just based on its list price. And the other thing with eBid is that I've started making like an or best offer addition to every item that I list because, like I say, not a lot of action, and I think it's because my prices might be a touch too high. I tend to set them at 50 to 60% of list value, which is great for like a brick and mortar LCS, but in the competitive internet comic sales business, it's not that phenomenal. So I've made the or best offer available too. So if you want to hit below point in your comment, if you are watching this and you want something, just say I'll give you 10 for that Iron Man 219, and then I'll let you know. No, no, actually, I'll probably accept because every little bit counts, especially with all these prize winnings, because 100% of the sale goes to the charity of the month. So that definitely, because I have the potential of losing money on the stuff that I bought, but it's not very likely because I buy stuff for such a low price. That anyway, so this next one is from Farley's Nerve Cave, and he was doing a fundraiser for the American Cancer Society. He was able to earn just over $100 for that, so that was great. And then we've got this, selling this stuff for charity too, so it's all kind of great. And now we had some contest update videos with new stuff, so I hope I got everything right. I remember this. So Space Ghost, they were issues 1 through 5, I believe, but we will see in just a second. These are all looking like pretty sharp copies, 9.4, 9.6. Number 4. Number 5. Alright, so I will set that price at, we'll say $8. So it's not quite 2 apiece. Alright, Metarog, enjoy your live show. I will try to get over there and pick that up because I kind of missed your last however many live shows. So enjoy that. Alright, this is a big one. Batman 655. And that's the first appearance of Damian Wayne. And I didn't look this up on eBay, but I did look it up on Comic Book Realm. And I decided that, depending on the condition, which I should probably check that out first. Yeah, it's safe to set the price for this at $20 because that's a pretty big book. First appearance of Damian Wayne. Next up, I love this. It's Man-Thing #1 from 1979. I actually already have a copy of this, but it's in really low grade because it's all I could afford at the time. So I will set that. We're going to say, wow, that is ridiculously sharp for a book that age. If this was yours, Farley, like if you didn't just pick this up recently, good job keeping the thing safe. I'm going to set that at $15. Oh, I failed to mention, I'm talking in Canadian currency. So any American viewers, multiply that by 0.7, I think the current exchange rate is. And that'll give you like the price that you'll be paying me. We've got Isola Prologue. And I know that's a $1 book, so I'll set it at $1. Hey Jaguar, I was just talking about you and that massive earnings you made you contributed to for your friend Jamal. Good work. Alright, Harrow County. That's the Halloween Comic Fest variant. And I know that's a $1 book too, so I would set that at $1. I'm really curious to open this up and read that. It's New Line Cinema's Tales of Horror. I was such a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street growing up and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah, that should be something. Condition is pretty solid, but it's not like a super precious book or anything, so I'm going to set that at $2. We've got Punisher #1. That's from the Marvel Now, I think. Yeah, all new Marvel Now. I'm going to set that at $3 because those ones, most of them didn't skyrocket, except for the one I'm about to show you. This is a run, and starts off with this one, and that is the 7th print, which it's kind of surprising the list value for the 7th print and 6th print because of the low print runs are actually almost on par with that first print as far as sales go. There are these crazy people who collect like every single print of this number one. So I'm gonna be selling this one as a lot, and he mentioned in his one video, his one update video, that he had a tape pull on number two, which is really unfortunate. But just so happens I have two copies of number two. So my number two is a second print, and then the other one is a fourth print. Obviously, I go with the second print for what I'm throwing in this lot here. We got number three looking pretty sharp. We got number four. I remember he pointed out that one of them had a corner ding, so I'm gonna have to let you know which one that is when we come to it. It's not this one. Number five. That might be it. There looks to be a little indentation down near the number 6 there, but I don't really call that. There it is. Yeah, that's not a dent. That's just a little scratch, but yeah, I'll take a little off for that. Number 7. You probably won't be able to see that with my low res cam, but right down there by the 7. Pretty decent crunch, and I don't think a press would get that out, so there's that. And lastly, number 8. So, for Ms. Marvel number 1 through 8, I'm just going to round down significantly and say $30, because if I was even to go 60% of list price, it would just be a little too steep and nobody would have an interest in it. Are you saying that's it to number 7, Farley? I'm going to assume so. Alright, so thank you, Farley, for those. What else did I have to say? I mentioned Jaguar and Thorough. Mentioned my flexibility on prices and the whole comment below if you want to claim something moving forward. Oh, shipping. So if you've been to my eBid store and you see my summation of what shipping is going to cost me, that has not only changed, but it's also, I chose to show the higher range of what shipping could potentially cost. It's almost inevitable that you would get a discount on those prices, even from Canada, because I've got a card that I misplaced. It's got my my company name on it and everything. Canada Post does this thing. It's called Small Business Solutions, and they make it way cheaper for us in Canada to ship to the United States. It's actually, oddly, cheaper for me to ship anywhere in the United States than it is for me to ship over to BC, and I'm assuming Calgary, Winnipeg. Like, it gets more expensive as you go across the country. And I have a strong feeling that's because of our new carbon tax. Not that I'm complaining, but yeah, anywhere in the States is so much cheaper using this card. So I might go in and revise those shipping prices, or I might just be safe, because the only thing worse than paying the same amount in shipping as you did on comics is getting the surprise notice that, oh, it's actually going to be even more than I told you. And that's not pointing a finger at you, Farley, because I know how difficult that can be. No, I did not get the Loot Crate box yet. I was really looking forward to opening that with everything else. But I also don't want to keep anybody waiting, because Metarog's show is about to start. I think JLS has one going on right now. So I kind of wanted to keep it... Oh yeah, I'm all caught up. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to keep it brief for you here. So I think I've said everything I need to say, and if I need to reiterate anything in an upcoming video, I will do so. So thank you, everybody, for coming out. That's surprising, because I didn't give you a lot of notice. I just put up the notice like an hour ago or 2 hours ago. It's kind of slipped my mind. Anyway, yeah, thanks for